Switch 2 Pro controller might be the best controller I've ever used, and that's shocking coming from somebody who didn't buy a Switch 2 for the controller. I've gone through a pretty good amount of controllers, including the Sony DualSense Edge and the Xbox Elite. Now, the Switch 2 Pro controller may look like the original Switch Pro controller, but they are very different once you actually start using them. Here's a comparison. The sticks also have some nice tension to them. Now, the first thing that caught my attention about the Switch 2 Pro controller is not only how nice it feels, but just how silent it is. Controllers like the Elite are much more noisy in comparison. It's more on par with the DualSense, but with the Xbox format. They also added a microphone jack, and they added the 2 buttons in the back, which are essential for people who play shooting games like I do. Now, my go-to controller before this was a Sony DualSense Edge. I love the Xbox format, but the DualSense Edge has gyro, which is essential for somebody who plays shooting games against people who are using mouse and keyboard. If this controller is as great as I think it is, then I'll be able to use it on PC as well. I always preferred the traditional Nintendo Xbox layout and not the Sony PlayStation layout. I also wanted a controller that had a traditional D-pad compared to the PlayStation D-pad. I haven't tested the D-pad out that much. However, from what I've used it so far, it's been great. If this D-pad can be the perfect D-pad for me, then this controller might be the best controller I've ever used. I'm a big fan of fighting games and platformers, so maybe I'll run some Soul Calibur 2 on the Nintendo Switch Online app and see how it holds up on there. So to conclude, the Switch 2 Pro controller has surprised me a lot so far, and it might be my dream controller because it strikes the perfect middle ground between what I like from the Xbox Elite and the DualSense Edge. It's almost like they made this controller just for me because it has all my preferences on it. The sticks have some nice tension to them, which I prefer over loose sticks. The triggers continue to be digital, which I prefer because I don't really play games that require analog triggers. It has a nice premium feel to it. And all the other features that I've already mentioned, like the Xbox format, the buttons in the back, the microphone jack, all these things seem to be coming together to make the perfect dream controller that I've always wanted.